Welcome back to the Zero Check Podcast, episode 111. My goodness, it's good to see you, fellas. We have not recorded in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I kind of forgot what I'm doing.
I missed you guys.
I missed you too.
I missed you too, Mike.
Did you have a good break, Mike?
I did. I had a wonderful Thanksgiving with my family. I went back to my hometown of Albuquerque, New Mexico. Ate a lot of green chili. It was good. Good. My son was too rambunctious with his cousins that he just met.
Did you drive or fly?
We drove.
You drove?
Drove, yeah. It was good. But, I got a 5-year-old in the car, so we stopped halfway through at a hotel in the middle of the panhandle of Texas. And it was cool. It was cool.
Yeah. We went to Minnesota. It's been a 10-hour trip from where we are, and we usually drive straight through, and we broke it up. Just said, I don't want to drive 10 hours in a car. Let's drive 5 and then not drive for a while.
I'm 40,
and it was more fun.
And I'm nearly 41. And we do a 6 and a 4 split.
Yeah.
But the mistake I've made once when you do a road trip and you try to break it up is that when you get to your way station at like 7 o'clock at night, and then you just sit around for like 3 or 4 hours and you're like, well, I should just still be driving. So what we've done now, we'll do a late leave and we try to get to our hotel
for bedtime,
like 11 at night or something,
That's nice. Yeah.
What about you? What did you guys do for Thanksgiving?
Yeah. Pretty uneventful. Family kind of general things.
Turkey?
Yeah. Turkey. My brother got engaged.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That same brother from all those years ago that I met?
The same brother.
I guess you haven't gained any new ones.
I haven't got any. No, my parents aren't really producing any more children.
No.
No, he got engaged. And my parents knew her already. They brought her over to like show off the ring and all that stuff. He decided to eat some sort of flaming hot ramen deal from the grocery store like 3 hours before going to see my parents. So he spent the whole time sitting on the can in their house, like destroying their toilet.
Fantastic.
His new fiance was out like awkwardly with my mid 70s parents, just trying to make small talk.
It's the real test.
That's trying to talk loud enough so you couldn't hear what was going on because it's a small apartment they're in right now. It was amazing.
That's awesome.
That's fantastic. I got to hang out and have dinner with Brad one night over.
Oh, you guys met up?
Dude, that was a blast. Your family is a riot. That was a good time.
I was wondering if you guys had met up.
We did. So on the night that we went out there, my wife and her sister kind of paraded around the house telling the kids, like, you kids are on your own for dinner tonight. Like we've got 17-year-olds, like they're fine. You kids on your because all the adults are going to dinner with Brad. We're going to dinner with Brad. Like it was super important, and they were very fancy because they got to go to dinner with Brad. So yeah, they had a lot of fun.
Would you go to like a Red Lobster or something, or would you guys eat?
Close? We went to some local chain restaurant out there. The Muddy Cow.
Muddy Cow. Yep.
Bar food basically. They have 2 for 1 drinks.
Good, though.
They buy one get one free drinks, so that was fun.
Yeah,
I expect that.
Decent food. Good food. I mean, for again, kind of a local chain type deal. I got some type of burger. I don't even remember. Probably a bacon cheeseburger. I mean, it was
okay. That's
good.
That's classic.
Brad had the mac and cheeseburger. Is that right?
Yeah, there was a burger with mac and cheese on it. I was like, I can't not try that. It was delicious.
It's like I was there now.
I was a little freaked out when neither one of them posted about their meeting in the chat or anything. And I'm like, are they still friends? What happened?
Yeah.
Did it get a little out of control?
Well, I only have one kidney left, but it was fine.
If we talked about it, I actually wanted to save it for the podcast banter.
Well, that's nice of you. That's true, because I was thinking the same thing as Bill did. In fact, Donnie was like, hey, Brad, in our little chat room, Donnie was like, hey, Brad, do you want to have dinner? And then I don't recall a response from Brad at all. And I was like, that's a little awkward because I got to record a podcast with these guys in a few weeks.
Go fuck yourself, Donnie.
They won't even have lunch. They won't even have dinner with each other.
Only if you're going to choke on your meal, asshole.
It's more like it.
Yeah.
Probably go and have dinner and you'll die just like the rest of your characters.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, there it was.
Wow.
And similar to you guys, I did a bit of traveling. I went to the family farm. Littlest brother brought his whole family. They got 4 kids. And my middle brother brought a girlfriend. So brought her to the farm. So it must be getting cereal.
Wait, Berg 3's the littlest brother?
He's the youngest, yes.
I thought he was the oldest.
I'm the oldest.
Reason. Oh, wow. I had the Bergs all backwards. Well, I had Berg 2 right.
Yeah. He's the middle one. It's the middle child.
Well, that sounds fun.
So was Berg 3 the one that picked you up in Emporia?
That was Berg 2.
That was Berg 2. Okay.
Hey, you guys talk about Emporia a lot.
I lived there for 10 months. It was not good.
Did you know Emporia is traditionally and typically ranked like worldwide one of the best municipal water systems? like this. No, I'm serious. They've international competition. There's a town somewhere that they do this. Basically, it's a water competition. They do different things. But yeah,
Flint, Michigan,
Emporia, Kansas, multiple times has won international best. What did you say, Brad? Sorry,
Flint, Michigan.
Flint. No, I don't think so. I don't think it's Flint.
No.
But yeah, so Emporia, Kansas.
Dude, that place is fracked up.
It is. When you were in Emporia, you had some of the best tap water in the world.
Well, Chris, did you drink any water while you were there?
Yeah, I lived there for 10 months, so I drank plenty of water.
What did you think of it?
It didn't really leave an impression. Kind of indifferent. I also used a Brita, so like it kind of, I don't know.
You might not have needed
Brad
to.
lived there for 48 hours.
Well, that's all I drank because that was after a weekend with you guys, so I was not drinking any alcohol.
That was after Mike's wedding.
That was.
You should have just went to Vegas with us.
Gentlemen, my best friends in the world, except for my wife, my son, who I have to rank above you guys just because that's the natural order of things.
Well, they're not really your friends.
Well, I think you have to be friends first, right? Or I don't know.
You need to be a parent before you're friend with your child.
Okay, you're right. So my son is not my friend.
Yeah. Suck it, Wyatt.
All right. So you say, okay, this is my wife, Christina, then you four goons, and then my son is not my friend. But I digress. I'm here today to run a game for you guys. And this is a game of Pathfinder. And this is the B Team Adventures that we're doing. And before we got on the mics, everyone here basically was like, I need a recap because none of us remember what's going on. But I do. So I'm going to help you guys out. Okay.
Thanks, Mike.
You guys are the B Team. I'm going to recite the names. I'm going to get them right this time. You ready? Here we go. Velcro Orloth. Oh, Orlog.
So close. You got one
So
name.
close.
You got half a name correct.
Velcro Orlog.
There you go.
Cormac O'Cannon.
Yeah.
Noggles.
Yes.
No last name.
No. Last.
Even though I thought Vanderbeek was hilarious. Vanderbeek. And Calvaris or Calvaris or Calvaris. Which we've decided or is son of in Chilean. Chiliacs.
Yes.
Yes.
Which is just, to me, is perfect.
Because and Velcro or Log, maybe he is son of Log. just like Calvaris, right? Maybe we have that in common.
Orlog.
Son of
I'll
log.
remember that. Son of a log. Oh my God. Anyway, you four guys have been hired by the policymakers and leaders of Fort Trand and of Shrikehaven to do some odd jobs around the kingdom, things that need doing. You were sent to retrieve Jathel's ceremonial dagger from a merchant. That merchant said the dagger was found on the corpse of a boar out toward the old sycamore. You go to the old sycamore. You fight some elves from Keonan, which is a region, a few hundred miles south of the stolen lands. You take one of the elves alive. His name is John. You decide to deposit John at the Snickerdoodle Caverns. You guys spend the night at Snickerdoodle. You then go back to Fort Trand. You report back to Amiri what you've done and why you did it. She takes copious notes. She reports your doings to your A-team player characters, you assume. After that, Amiri says, hey, stay in town a couple of days. I might need you for something. You don't hear from me in 2 days. I want you to make for Olegton to do the other job that I pitched to you guys, which is that I need you guys to go get Jod Kavkin, take Jod Kavkin from Olegton, escort him to the Temple of the Elk because weird stuff's been going on at the Temple of the Elk. You might recall that Amiri told you that Shrikehaven desires to refurbish, to restore the Temple of the Elk into a worship site for Aristil. Is it Aristil? Someone told me that that's not how you say it. Or is it Aristil? Maybe it's Aristil.
I'm sure it just depends on what region you're from and how it's pronounced.
Aristal.
Yeah, how do you say it in Chilean? How do you say it in Chiliacs?
Aristal.
Aristil.
I'm going with Chris's.
Aristil. I'm gonna stick with Aristil because that's what I know in my heart. In any event, weird things have been happening at the Temple of the Elk. You're not sure what. Crews have not really been able to get in to begin fixing the Temple of the Elk. I think you even caught a headline in one of the newspapers, the Shrikehaven Tatler or whatever it's called. What's the newspaper called? I can't remember. About this. And so that's where we find ourselves. So I think we'll pick up right after Amiri leaves the room. You guys catch a glimpse of the general and the treasurer. She begins talking to them. Door closes. 4 of you are left alone in the rumble room, or what is it? The gorilla room, we called it?
Gorilla, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's gorilla.
Oh, yes. And also you ditched Keston Garrus over at the old Sycamore, which I forgot about.
Yep. Hopefully he's still there, standing guard.
I'm sure he's fine.
We told Amiri, and I'm sure she's going to take care of it.
Yeah, I'm sure he's
What about the vendor? Was the vendor gone? Was there anything we were going to be able to do about that? That's it? Okay.
Inio the vendor, that's right. He was in on it too. He had the dagger in his possession, and he was lying to you apparently when he described where he retrieved it from. But in any event, when you returned to the merchant quarter, the first thing you did was you tried to find Inio's stall. He's long gone. And I assume you've reported that to Amiri too. She's not instructed you to follow up on that. So you assume if it's going to be followed up on, it's not going to be by you guys.
So she wants us to hang around for 2 days?
Pretty much. Her deal was like, chill out, hang around for a couple of days. If you don't hear from me, go to Olegton.
Well, in that case, Cormac's going to go take over Inio's stall since it's now vacant.
Yeah, you're able to execute the proper paperwork for that pretty easily. You are able to set your cart up there and you begin selling wares. Do you want to do like a profession, earn income for 2 days thing or something?
Yeah, I don't really know how to. I don't think I've ever done a profession check for earn income.
Well, what is your lore that you have?
So my lore is actually cooking lore. Since I came out of since I was a kitchen boy.
Are you going to open up a little food truck?
Yeah, we're gonna. What are we gonna specialize in? Maybe the eel. We're gonna try to.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna do seafood since we're next to a lake. So we'll do freshwater fish cuisine.
My bingo card for tonight's episode did not have Cormac O'Cannon opens an eel food truck.
Right?
Neither did mine. That happened in like 30 seconds.
Since your last name's O'Cannon, are we doing fish and chips? A nice,
a
nice staple of your homeland. I don't know where your homeland's at.
Yeah, except instead of potatoes, we're going to use the turnips.
Oh,
good call. Fried turnips are nice.
Earn income, player core 1-228. You use a skill to earn money during downtime. You must be trained in the skill to do so. This takes time to set up, and your income depends on your proficiency rank and how lucrative a task you can find. Because this process requires a significant amount of time and involves tracking things outside the progress of adventures, it won't come up in every campaign. Okay, I am to assign a task level representing the most lucrative job available. You can search for lower level tasks with the GM determining whether you can find any. I'm going to say that this is I don't know. I think running a food truck, that sounds to me like a 3rd level task. Don't you guys think?
Yeah.
Well, why don't we do it this way? Chris, you decide upon the sophistication of the dish that you are going to make. If you want to make a less sophisticated eel dish, I can give you the 2nd level task. That's a lower DC, but lower potential earning. Or if you want to go for you want to swing for the heavens on this and go with the 3rd level eel cooking task, I would give that to you too.
We're going to feed fish to the masses. Let's go 2nd level.
2nd level. Okay. I've set the DC in my mind. The way this works is you just roll that lore, and I will let you know what the success condition is, and then you can just continue to work on day 2 as well and earn that same level of income if you succeed or critically succeed. So I think I'll just take that fish cooking lore check now.
All right, here we go. Let's hopefully I don't fuck up and poison Sertova's subjects. Got an 8, add 9 for a 17.
It's a success.
Yay!
It is a success.
All right.
You are able to earn income for 2 days.
2 days.
Sweet.
You are trained in cooking lore?
I'm trained.
Okay. You, sir, make 6 silver pieces.
Woo, I'm rich.
Wow.
There you go. My goodness. And look at that. Just like that, he got money.
Huh. You know what? Killing elves is more lucrative than that.
It is way more lucrative.
Yeah. What about Calvaris or Calvaris?
I'm going to search the city to see if anybody knows the whereabouts or has heard of anything about who betrayed me and led me to this city in the first place.
Oh,
Wow. Okay. So you can use society or diplomacy. Do you have any of that?
Probably neither of them. I got a +1 to society. We'll roll that.
All right. You're like Batman punching Bane. Where is he?
I rolled a 16 with a +1. That's a 17.
Well, Bill, this is awkward because I don't know a lot about your backstory. So I know you were betrayed, but I
was betrayed by a member of my own order. Who was?
Yeah, what's his name or her name?
I don't know. I didn't think this much about this.
Well, Bill, you can see where that kind of puts me in a weird position.
Well, why don't you just come up with a name, Mike, since you're so good at renaming everything?
Okay, you were betrayed by a woman named Megyn.
Fucking Megyn, man.
Goddamn Megyn.
Megyn or Megyn?
Megyn or Megyn.
Damn Chilaxians.
You're betrayed by Megyn or Megyn.
And it's got a really jacked up spelling.
Oh, yeah. I wrote it down here. I wrote Megyn or Magan.
Yeah, I have
Megyn.
I have
It's a tragedy.
Maghan.
Oh, you put an H in there?
Yep.
Okay. I'm fine with that. But we can collaborate on this. All right, so you're searching for Megyn or Megyn. And, 17, huh? Okay. All right. Bill, you so kindly wrote a backstory, which I've just consulted here. So it looks like you were sent to this town called Serene. Serene is in Patox, but it's in a region of Patox that's not depicted in the Stolen Lands map. But Serene is a town apparently famous for vineyards. So you are perhaps looking for Megyn or Megyn and maybe information about whether she was at Serene. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
Okay. You determine that the O'Magan family has ties to the Serene vineyards.
Is this like a Catalina wine mixer type deal?
It could be.
Is this
fucking Catalina wine
vineyards?
Fucking Catalina wine.
It's like one of those vineyards in Missouri along I-70 with the big billboards.
Yeah, the O'Magan family. Oh, I'll tell you what. I'll do you one better. The O'Magan family vineyards.
I think it's Ormagan.
Yeah, it's Ormagan.
It is Ormagan.
Ormagan.
What have I been saying?
Now she's Irish.
O'Magan. Ormagan.
Megyn O'Magan.
The
Megyn
O'Magan vineyards are just outside of Serene.
Oh.
How about that?
Road trip.
Yeah.
Road trip.
Go salt the earth.
Do the 6 hours.
Cut
and
up
then
their vines.
Sleep at Teresi's Grove. So that's what you do. What about the other guys? Noggles, looking for any walls? What are you doing?
No, that was in my childhood. I'm an adult now.
I see.
An
So
adult
just a couple years
now.
ago.
Yeah, I have fortune telling lore or performance. I guess either way, I'd like to kind of head over to Dundee Sundries and see if I can make a few coins by maybe telling some fortunes.
Heck yeah. All right, Noggles. You put on your Noggle goggles and you start trying to sell
don't do that.
fortune telling. And sure. You can find second level or third level fortune telling. I'll give you the same choice that Chris had.
I mean, I'm going to go big. I'll go for the third. Yeah.
All right, my friend. Make your roll.
All right, here we go.
It's going to go terribly.
Yeah, it's a 13.
Oh, no. I think it might be a failure.
It's a single digit.
Yeah, it's a fail. And I think it would have been a fail irrespective of the task level that you chose. So you still make money, though. You make 16 copper pieces.
Hell yeah. What are those?
1 silver and 6 copper pieces.
Okay. I change in the 16 copper for 1 silver and 6 copper.
Sure. The Bank of Fort Trand.
They have a leave a penny, take a penny, and just round it up to 2 silver.
Velcro, son of Log.
Velcro thinks there needs to be a house of worship to Sarah and Ray here, and he would like to try to raise some funds to start getting some work built on that.
Wow.
Can you do some religion checks to maybe drum up some interest?
So your idea is to sit there for 2 days saying, give me money to build a temple.
I mean, a little bit more subtle maybe not more subtle than that because he's Velcro. But yeah, essentially, let the townspeople know that, I think something here for Sarah and Ray probably be a good move for Shrikehaven.
And really, I don't think
Trant.
there's any place of worship here yet. Like, it's kind of
no,
not quite a camp town, but
yeah, maybe we, as we talk about it, maybe we can turn it into non-denominational. Sarah and Ray welcomes Minnie in her house.
So can you buy us gear tax free then, if it's for the church, air quotes?
Absolutely. We will work all those things out.
Didn't we talk about corruption in a previous episode? No. Totally legit.
All right. So,
Yeah.
I mean, are you panhandling? Like, what's the deal? What's the vibe of this?
Maybe raising funds is the wrong. I just want to see, can we get some volunteers? Can we get some recruits? Like, is there something we can do to, he's interested in bringing some religion to this camp town. And he wants to, can he, and maybe he's a street preacher to start with and just drumming up interest, but eventually, how do we get a church built? How do we get a temple built?
So you're going to be a preacher teacher.
Maybe. Yeah.
Well, I'm not sure how to handle this. I'm trying to decide if this gets the attention of the local authorities or not.
Oh.
Noggles will walk by and throw 6 copper in your little tin cup.
Well, okay, so you've just broken the anti-panhandling law in Shrikehaven that prohibits panhandling and giving money to panhandlers. So you both get thrown into jail.
Shit. All right.
No, I'm just kidding. I thought about letting Ikendeo cameo here. Oh, let's just have some fun with a religion check to earn income. I think that's how we'll best resolve this.
All right. Oh, so that's going to be 11 for a total of 20.
Okay, sure. You're an expert in religion, or are you trained?
I am trained in religion.
Okay. 10 silver pieces.
Heck yeah.
10 silver pieces. 1 gold.
So he pulls out of his, a little pouch, and it just says temple funds written on it. And he puts his 10 silver in there, and he folds it back up, and he puts it in his pocket. He's got the start.
And then you do get a citation signed by Deputy Warden Ikendeo that gets a 1 gold fine.
A 1 gold fine? It seems like that would be more punishable to the non-wealthy, Mike. I think we need to talk about this, if that's a fair punishment for this type of situation.
You think it's too much?
I feel like if somebody is panhandling for money, that's a pretty stiff fine.
Well, you have the right to a court date. You don't have to pay the fine. If you want to have a court date, you can send word and you'll get a court date.
Yes,
we all know how court works in this place, though.
But just bear in mind that if you get a court date, you'll have to pay court costs.
Court costs on top of that, really.
Which is 2 gold.
Is there anything of mine that they can impound?
No.
Okay.
Apparently, it's illegal to be poor in this town.
Exactly. That's the real crime.
Fine. Okay, so a couple days go by. Everybody kind of does their thing. Calvaris or Calvaris learns about Megyn or Megyn, and the other guys earn some income. Velcro is not actually fined. We'll just retcon that. And you don't hear from Amiri. And it's the morning of that 3rd day now. And what do?
Pack up. Let's get on the road.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. As a player, I would think to check in with Amiri, but Cormac is like super literal. Like she said, hang out for 2 days. If I don't contact you, go up to Olegton, and that's what he wants to do.
Yeah, sure. I mean, Noggles is right along with that. That makes sense.
You guys good then? Or does anyone else think to check in with Amiri?
Calvaris.
Calvaris would.
Calvaris or Calvaris. He will try.
Okay.
He's gonna try and just like see if he can find her, but it's not gonna be like, oh, I have to check in.
Yeah.
Professional courtesy, like, hey, we're about to head out. Is there anything else you needed us to do while we're
So
gone?
at this point, you're allowed to enter the town hall. The guards don't stop you. You're kind of known at this point. So Calvaris goes into the town hall, and you're able to get in, and you find Amiri in her office, and she's like, "Oh, Mr. Or Calvaris." God, I can't help it. It's so funny to me. Mr. Or Calvaris, good to see you. Are you heading out for Olegton then?
Yes, we're about to hit the road. I just want to give you a heads up that we're leaving the town. So
Okay, I understand.
that's all.
Nothing else on the dagger thing. Thanks for checking in. We're good.
Oh, we're gonna head out if you don't need anything else from us.
No, that's what I've just said. So yeah, off you go. Thank you.
What are you looking for a hug, Bill, or what?
Yes, I am. Some kind of validation. I need some validation here.
You'll be missed.
She says, "Yep, go. Hey, that restraint we talked about, keep it up." She does not know that you wanted to brand the elf, obviously.
I wanted to stab him in the ribs first, but
Does she check it? Didn't she have like a mission? I mean, I know, didn't he have to give like a whatever oath or?
No, I just said, she just told me to keep myself in check.
Was that the only thing? Okay. All right.
Yeah, I think you're talking about like his sense of duty.
The first time we met and left, she kept Calvaris behind.
Yeah, she basically told him, "Don't kill on sight prisoners."
Oh, is that what it was?
stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought there was more to that. I'm sorry.
Kind of keeping us in check too. Like,
Oh, right. She kind of was starting to was motioning that Calvaris should kind of be in charge, and I feel like that's kind of going on a little bit. I don't know. The vibe of the party seems to be kind of Calvaris and Velcro are kind of both, I think, emerging as sort of the decision makers of the group. But you guys tell me. I mean, is that the vibe that...
I'm not going to argue with somebody who's 7 feet tall, being 3 feet tall. I mean, you go ahead. Yes, I will follow.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering if like Calvaris was going in to check in, give a status report, like what that situation was, since it had that conversation. But
no, it was just more of a professional courtesy, like, hey, we're leaving the city.
Yeah. Okay, we're going now. Okay, bye. Okay, I'm leaving. I'm leaving.
Okay, I'm leaving.
Okay, maybe
for real this time.
Say? Maybe like
comments. It's like a Midwest goodbye.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
hey there.
Look out for deer.
Duncan the donkey. You guys in your normal marching order.
Only name he gets right.
That's right. Thank you. And you begin heading north on the road, and you cross the Thorn River, and you continue heading north over the course of a few days. As you're heading north, you notice that these roads that you're on are actually pretty well guarded. You see multiple guards going up and down, and once or twice you pass a gold shipment that comes from the gold mine down south into Fort Trand. That gold mine that's in Hex GB8 is producing. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And eventually there is a turnoff in the road, that you hit on like day 3 or something, where you can see the way to the gold mine. If you were to go out of your way a couple miles, you could visit it, or you could continue going straight north to Oleg's trade post.
I don't see a point in is that some kind of... Do you want us to go to the gold mine, Mike? Is that what you're trying to say?
I am merely a conduit through which the game flows. If you wish to go to the gold mine, we can do that.
I mean, I feel like maybe they've got tours and things that are set up, but I would feel like us just showing up like, hey, we just wanted to check out your gold mine. They'd probably take not too kindly to that.
Bit awkward.
I would hope we just don't let random people wander around the gold mine.
Wander through the gold mine.
I'd
say we keep moving.
That you don't know the answer to whether they give gold mine tours right now. It's hilarious that you guys are just like not in charge of the kingdom anymore. It's so funny. Well,
that's not our characters.
We just turned it off.
I love it. It never occurred to me that this would be the dynamic when we did the B team, but all of a sudden it's like, you don't know. I love it.
I have no idea what's going on. I do know that since the gold mines get really successul, the next time we bring the A team back, Dry's going to have a grill.
Oh my God.
Teeth.
Yep. It's going to be like, what up?
He does have a grill. I've just decided. In fact, when he saw the general, he opened his mouth and he had a grill. It's weird.
Yeah. So Cormac kind of sees the turnoff to the gold mine, Is there a sign? That's really he's not concerned about tours or anything. He just wants to know if there's like signage. Some kind of label. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Or if there's any kind of marking.
No, there's not.
Gold mine this way.
There's no like official sign that says it's a gold mine, but anyone that would pass like a low DC society check would know that this is the Shrikehaven gold mine. It's like around here somewhere. This has got to be it.
If there's no sign, he's not going to fabricate one. He doesn't want to like step out of the box or like bend any. Don't want to do that. But we'll stick on the road and continue to Oleg's. That's where he wants to go.
It's about a 4-day journey, and it is uneventful. And you reach Olegton. And we talked a little bit about Olegton last time. We talked about, we segued into this new vibe in Brevoy that really wasn't there 2 years ago when the A-team started. But Brevoy is seeing some political turmoil right now. And as I mentioned last time, there were really 2 regions that combined together to create Brevoy. There's the Rostov region, which you guys have a lot of experience in. That's where the major metropolitan area Rostov is. And then there's the other region. And the other region is called Issia. They were 2 often warring nations in the past. They eventually came together, but it seems that today Brevoy is increasingly on the brink of collapsing back into 2 separate nations. And it's going to be bad if that happens. But in any event, that is causing a bit of a population surge to come south out of Rossland through Navakta's crossing over to Oleg's trade post, which has now sprung up into a little town called Olegton, or Olegton. Nobody quite knows. Shrikehaven's borders have at this point progressed to encompass Oleg's trade post. And so you have stayed within Shrikehaven, and you have arrived at Olegton.
Wow. We pushed north quite a bit. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Nice.
So the town is kind of suburbs a little bit. There's a lot of people in this town that have had the money that they needed to kind of build their own houses. And so there's like kind of nice little lodges that are kind of peppering the countryside. And they all sort of put themselves around Oleg's trade post. The walls that used to form themselves around Oleg's trade post, they've been taken down at this point. Remember those palisades from the A-team? There's no need for those anymore.
They really didn't slow people down. I'm pretty sure Bash just zoomed right through there.
Yeah, Bash jumped over the walls.
So
the
nimble,
just
so
walked
quick
through the door. That's kind of it. You guys find yourselves here in this sort of suburban, old/new money.
Do they have like a country club type vibe?
I would love that. Yeah, there is a country club type vibe here.
HOAs and
HOAs, there you go.
But you know what it is? It's nobles coming here to stick their heads in the sand a little bit too, right? It's like, I'm leaving Brevoy, right? But, they journey a while.
But I'm not leaving Brevoy.
They're expats. They're not immigrants. Right.
Yeah, and I don't quite know what the immigration implications are for this. I mean, these people consider themselves to be Shrikehaven citizens at this point. I don't know whether there's been any sort of formalization of that by the A-team players or not. But it's just interesting to think about. I mean, let's ask Chris. Chris, if somebody comes to Olegton and builds a house there, are they now one of your subjects, or is it that easy?
Yeah, man, it's really within the borders. You're a subject of, King Sertova, and as we know, the suburbs, it's a great tax base.
Yeah.
Yes, it is a great tax base indeed. Yeah. So I would say that Oleg's trade post has about 200 citizens.
Wow.
So it's a little bit bigger than the Snickerdoodle settlement. There's not a lot of exporting happening at Oleg's trade post. There's a lot of importing, and business for Oleg, you would think, has got to be booming. You guys would know enough to know that this was originally just Oleg's trade post. He's got to be supplying all of these guys now.
And there's a hipster bar, too. Yeah.
Of course. Yeah. Of course. Name it.
The Red Rooster.
The Red Rooster. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The Red Rooster's there.
It's one of those places you can bring your dog to.
You know what? That's what Oleg that was Oleg's nickname for Svetlana all those years ago when they met. The Red Rooster.
Dog to or Red Rooster?
The Red Rooster. I thought you meant old dog. She was a little Red Rooster. I don't know why I'm saying these things. Yeah, so you guys are here. It's beautiful. You don't really know anybody. Like if this were the A-team, you'd go to Oleg's trade post, right? And be like, "What's up, Oleg?" But that's not these guys. What do you do?
Where's Jod?
Yeah. Where the fuck is Jod? Or Velcro asks the first person he sees on the street.
So there's a couple destinations here. There's like a town square you can go to. There is another one of these little keeps that's been erected, you think, like a town hall. There's a little town hall there. There is Oleg's trade post, and there is a bodega that's kind of a restaurant, kind of bar situation here as well.
Well, I think we go ask around in there into the bar/restaurant. Mostly bars.
Sure. You go to the Red Rooster.
Yeah, do we have a description of this guy at least? Or like a
we
I only wrote down archivist.
Yeah,
archivist.
Let me show you Jod. So here's Jod Kafkin. He's got a nice little goatee. He's kind of a rail thin man. He's got high cheekbones, kind of a large nose, and he's got a classic comb over. Look at that guy. But he's old. You might recall he kind of speaks like this. Jod, you didn't interact a ton with Jod on the A-team. Jod arrived at Oleg's and was seeking the Temple of the Elk, and he might have told you about it. You guys found the Temple of the Elk. I don't think you ever really went back and talked to Jod. As far as like what Jod was doing during the Stag Lord attack and stuff, I think he was just sort of hiding. Like, I don't think he was attacked by the Stag Lord. He was kind of spared. He doesn't live at Oleg's anymore, but he does have a meager cabin nearby. It seems kind of temporary. He's still here. And you know that Jod desires to get to the Temple of the Elk, but hasn't been able to because of all the weird stuff that's going on there. You ask around at the Red Rooster, they're able to point you to Jod pretty easily.
Let's go talk to him.
Yeah, let's go find Jod.
You approach the little cabin that he lives in. You knock on the door. Oh, yes, hello. No, hello. Are you the people? He opens the door. His comb over. It's getting long. He hasn't had a haircut in a while. You guys ever seen a long comb over?
Yeah.
It's kind of coming down the side of his head now.
Yeah. I had a biology teacher, Mr. Townsend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Jod Kavkin, he's here, and he stands before you, and he's got a letter from Amiri. And the letter from Amiri says you guys are coming. He goes, it's been many weird things happening at the Temple of the Elk. Have you heard what's been going on?
No, Jod, please tell us. What
we
strange
fought a
things have been
giant
happening?
elk on the road.
A giant elk, you say? It's probably not related. It's strange. I've journeyed to the temple once or twice myself. I wish to begin living there, especially after the area was secured by King Shrikehaven and his crew. But strange things keep occurring there.
Like what?
Chairs pulled out from under me. Things stolen, possessions whisked away, weird cacklings in the night. I can never see what or who is doing it. After the third day of the torment, I got up, collected my things to leave. And it's at that point that I saw the phantasm. Have you heard of the phantasm? Has it been in the papers?
I'll recall knowledge, see if I've seen anything in the Shrikehaven Tatler or whatever.
Do it.
So is that a society or is that a...
Yeah, it'd be society.
Ooh, 24.
Oh, wow.
Okay, yeah, phantasm. Yeah, has been there too. You recall hearing about some sort of undead presence at the Temple of the Elk. And it seems like Jod may be the source of that report because Jod calls it the phantasm. And I guess he must have told someone else and the paper picked it up. He goes, I still don't know whether I really saw it or not, but there was a skeleton doing battle with something that I couldn't see, that I couldn't perceive, whipping, turning around, crazily swinging some sort of weapon. I didn't stick around long enough to ask any questions. I ran, and I've been here ever since. It was about 30 days ago that I saw the phantasm.
Well, now Calvaris is interested.
Based on that description, are there any checks we could roll to see if we've...
Can I roll a lore check? Because I have hell lore.
You have hell lore.
Whoa.
Yes.
Jeez. Well, sure. Roll hell lore.
Let's find out if by that description, I can tell if I know or have heard of this. It's a 12 on the die plus 6, so 18.
No, I mean, you would know that a skeleton fighter situation out there was probably against like the laws of nature and stuff like that. And that in hell, this would be, completely not okay. But as far as like from Jod Kavkin's meager description, you can't really extrapolate anything from what he's told you, at least with that knowledge base.
I'm going to roll... Well, shit, I rolled a natural 20. And I guess I was going to say from a religion standpoint, if a religion check would tell us any more on what we may need to take with us, what we should prepare for.
Sure.
And what would our characters kind of know from that description on how to prepare?
If this is a skeleton, then this creature is undead. If this creature is undead, you know that it'd be harmed by healing spells and healed by harm spells, and holy water would be very damaging to it. You would know that bludgeoning weapons would be effective against it. With a natural 20, you desire more information from Jod, and so you begin asking him some targeted questions because you know that if there's some religious component to this creature, that the weapon that it wields might be important. And so you ask, I assume, what was he wielding, right? Is that true?
Yeah.
Yes.
Jod tells you that he was wielding not a weapon at all, but that in his hand he held what looked like a mote of flame.
Ooh.
And emerging from that mote of flame was some kind of sword. And he was like swinging this flame soared wildly around him, all in every which direction. And Jod couldn't see what the skeleton was swinging its fire sword at. So you're like, fire sword? That's weird. You think on it for a moment, and you think back to this lost art of divine spell casting associated with your own deity that some practitioners, some worshipers of Saren Ray, through some intervention, gained the ability to have like a flaming scimitar. And you just wonder if it could be connected to your purpose of going to the Temple of the Elk. You just don't know.
Yeah, no, I think he would obviously with Saren Ray flames or fire is very important. So yeah, I think he would definitely take notice of that. Let the group know kind of his thoughts on it, and says it sounds like we're going to face the undead.
But yeah, so weird trickster stuff befell Jod, and pranks, weird stuff happening to him out there. And as he's leaving, he looks back and he sees the phantasm down in the temple grounds, battling something unseen. And he GTFO.
Cormac doesn't have anything to add to this. This is totally outside of his experience. Never heard of anything like this, and he's kind of a little scared, to be honest, to go there.
Jod goes, well, I thank you for agreeing to accompany me there. I'm not much of a practitioner of war, if that's what you call it, but I can be on hand to help scout campsites, and of course, I know the way to the Temple of the Elk easily. Be happy to guide you there. I would ask that you please keep me safe.
Velcro puts a hand on his shoulder and pulls him close and says,
oh my goodness.
Jod, we got your back, son. You're with us. You're going to lead us there, and we're going to fix your hair, and it's going to be great. Let's go.
Hey, by the way, where's Keston, my old friend?
Who?
Keston Garrus, my old friend Keston. I was told he'd be coming too.
Oh, the gentleman with the terrible face. He is at the sycamore tree.
That's his name.
It's Keston?
That's his name.
Keston Garrus is a hero. He saved me. Can't believe you guys ditched Keston. You're like, nah, I'd rather have nobody at all.
How are you surprised by that?
I don't know, actually, but that's a good point. I shouldn't have been surprised.
We've always been so warm and welcoming to him.
I kind of was shocked that Amiri didn't have, I'm glad you showed up because look, here's an NPC to come to accompany you. But yeah, I realize we have Jod now, so it's all good.
You got Jod now. It's all good. Gentlemen, Jod wants to stay the night here at Oleg's and set out at morning's first light tomorrow. Does it sound good to you guys?
That does sound good.
Yeah.
How long is it going to take us to get there?
Days of camping. Days of camping.
All right.
Calvaris is we're in the bar, right?
Oh, you're going to go back? You're going to go to the Rusted Rooster? Or the Red Rooster?
Unless Jod's got place for us in his shack, we got to find accommodation somewhere. Or I could set up my caravan tent.
Before we leave, Velcro tells Jod, we probably won't see any trouble, but if we do and we have to kill something, you'll need to come up with the truth to share with the group. And then with that, I'll take my leave.
The truth?
Yes.
Jod will roll society, and he frickin' knows exactly what you're talking about based on that roll. He's like, oh, I see. Yes, you're one of those types of orcs. Yes, of course. I will begin thinking of my truths very soon. Gentlemen, you end your day at the Red Rooster. It's a nice little spot. Jod stays in his shack. And that next morning, we're going to set out for the Temple of the Elk.
Let's go.
Let's go.